Andrew Tate gets it. Bitcoin and crypto is not the same. They're two very different things. Bitcoin is the store of value that cannot be censored. Crypto is all the rest, the game where there is player versus player. Now, you might not agree with everything that Andrew Tate says, but the way he articulates the value proposition of Bitcoin is definitely worth watching. So let's have a look.
You can actually control and own your money. You can actually have your money. Right? How else are you going to have it? In cash? And then you got to deal with the inflation. How difficult is it to move serious cash? I had to send, it's about 4 years ago, I sent $900,000 to Qatar for a completely legal reason.
Why?
I wanted to buy a property in Qatar. So I was involved in the purchasing of a property in Qatar. The backflips, the paperwork, the legal nightmare. I swear to God, I was put on a travel list because for about a year after that, I was stopped at every airport just for a bank transfer, right? No problem with Bitcoin. No problem. So it fixes a whole bunch of problems, cryptocurrencies. It certainly does. And I think a lot of people who are forward thinking and believe the things I believe in, it's the only logical conclusion. What else are you going to do? Trust a bank? Will you trust them? There's nothing else to do with it. I'm actually at the point where, although I do own quite a lot of property, I don't want any more. And I keep getting offered nice property deals. And Tristan's like, should we buy this? It's like, no, I don't even trust the Romanian government or the Russian government. I have property in Moscow. I don't even trust the government anymore. I don't even want a property because if I piss the government off, they're just going to take it. I don't own it. They say you own it until you annoy the government, then you don't own it, right? So I don't even want property anymore. I'm going full crazy Mr. Blockchain now because it's the only time I feel like I have control over things. And we're losing control at such a rapid rate. I'm trying to stay ahead of the curve. People saying, oh, I'll just buy a house and it's my little house. It's not your little house. You'll see how quickly they'll take your little house from you. Look what they've done so far. They've taken your business from you. You think they want to take your little house? People are not scared enough of the right things. They're scared of Corona. They should be scared of what the government did to them in the name of Corona. That's what they should be. But people aren't logical. People aren't logical. People have low IQs. They're slaves. And they're too busy, preoccupied with racism and all this other garbage to keep them split so they can't all get together for 5 seconds and start thinking, wait, this is bullshit. You remember the big Bitcoin crash, $5,400 at the beginning of this Corona thing? When it really, really tanked and everyone's saying, it's over, all this crap. I put a tweet up that I still retweet to this day saying, you're all pussies. Bitcoin's coming back. I think I said, I'm buying $600,000 today and we can talk when it's 8,000. I think I said that. So I've turned 600 grand to like $12 million. Because I had cash in a bank and when everything hit the fan, the first thing I thought was, I don't want cash. I want something else. Give me an asset. Okay, well, how can I get an asset that the government can't take? Bitcoin.
Now, some of those views are pretty extreme, right? You might not directly lose your house if the government doesn't like you, but the government can do things to devalue your house. They can raise taxes or they can implement restrictions who you can sell your property to. So you don't get the fair market price anymore. This is currently happening in the Netherlands. There's a new law that allows the municipality to participate in deciding who to sell a house to. So the government is forcing homeowners to sell their homes only to people with a lower or middle income. So the people that might have more capital to pay for the house, they can't buy it. You don't get the fair price. And on top of that, you also have to pay all the taxes. And those might change over time, changing and more likely than not worsening your monthly cash flow, thus the valuation of the property. So you are exposed to the politics of the local government when you own a property. That's not necessarily a problem with Bitcoin, because if the jurisdiction you're currently in doesn't like Bitcoin, you can simply just move countries. Bitcoin is liquid, Bitcoin is portable. You diversify yourself away from government overreach. Now, I said at the beginning of this video that Andrew Tate is distinguishing between Bitcoin and crypto and that the two are not the same. Altcoin trading is really a player versus player game. You have to be better skilled than the average in order to get higher returns. Very few altcoins outperform Bitcoin over the long term. You are not necessarily off better just having an altcoin portfolio. Let's have a look at what Andrew Tate says regarding altcoins, regarding this crypto player versus player game.
Crypto Twitter is full of losers. It's full of losers because these are people who are afraid of hard work, who want to make money for nothing. And even if they make money, they have a 0% net positive impact on the world, which is actually quite difficult to achieve. For you to make money in the world, usually you have to help somebody in some way. If I become really rich through making bricks, then at least I provided someone with a house. If I become rich through restaurants, I fed somebody. You have to help people to make money in most realms. If I were to say to you, make as much money as you can while absolutely positively helping no one at all, you'd have to turn to crypto. Because these dorks sit there, scam each other all day, bots, garbage, launch degen coins, be a bunch of idiots, promise to have the world, I'm going to tokenize toilet paper, and it's got utility, and there's an NFT, and you can join my exclusive project, and we're all a community, and let's all type in the Telegram all day, and we're all going to help the world. And really, you help fucking no one. Even if you make money, you manage to make some money while positively helping 0 people. That's an achievement, and it's not an achievement to be proud of. Worst thing about all this shit is the community aspect. It makes me laugh when these losers launch a coin. Hey, we're a community, join the community. How the fuck is it a community if it's player versus player? How is it a community if you're all stealing money from each other? A bunch of dorks have bought into a coin, and they're trying to dump on each other all day, while in a Telegram group talking about community. It's a fucking scam! And the fucking person who launches the coin's like, we're a community, guys, just to keep the losers in there as long as possible without them dumping, so the fucking developer can dump first. Only reason I'm making this video is because there's a loser, there's a DNG called Ben.eth, which I'm investigating heavily in case, anyone wants to know where he lives. And he tried to use my name to shill some garbage coin. And what he did is he came up with a coin called PSYOP. And the idea is that anyone who says it's bullshit, he can say, I PSYOP'd them. You see? He's a scammer. PSYOP'd! No, you're just a scammer. And people actually sat there and believed this idiot and put a bunch of money into it. And he's launched his coin and it's fucking failed. So he tried to use my name to show a scam, and now it's all completely scam. I don't even give a fuck, right? This was a couple of days ago, I didn't care. But now I see all over Twitter, his whole project's fucked, it was all a scam, everyone's lost money. If you put money into that, if you believe this fucking nerd, who was Anon, it won't be for long, was sitting there saying, I PSYOP'd Tate, I PSYOP'd everyone, because he came up with the name PSYOP and just stole a bunch of advertising off a bunch of people, and you thought that that's worth giving your money to, you deserve to lose fucking everything. And guess what? He's gonna make sure that you do. I literally accidentally memed a coin into existence, sluts, with a joke. And that made more money for people than this dude's project, which he invested his fucking life in. Crypto is bullshit. It's fine, ETH, Bitcoin, the big ones. I understand moving money across country borders. I understand all the Federal Reserve stuff. I get it. I totally get it. But we're not talking about that, are we? We're talking about a bunch of degens, a bunch of losers, a bunch of gambling addicts, who during the height of the bull run, when everyone lost their fucking minds, made a bunch of money without doing any effort, and now sit there and think, if I just find the next scam, like gambling addicts, jumping from scam to scam, desperate to get some money. Sorry to have a break. I'm going to break for some noodles. These are the spiciest noodles in the world. There's a pack of noodles you can buy that are made with ghost chilies. They're super spicy. And
Okay, let's stop over here at the noodle part and talk about the criticism. Now, there's no net positive in a player versus player game. This is clear. It's the same for online poker. It's the same for crypto altcoin trading. Everybody gets in order to take money from someone else in the end. If everyone is aware of this, I think it's still a fair game. How much did Andrew Tate really help the world with his webcam studio, where he set something up where some lonely, poor guys fall in love with an attractive girl online. They spend all their money on that girl. Andrew Tate gets a big cut from this. Is this really improving the world that much? I'm not saying that this is the way he's currently making his money, but it is the way how he made his first million, apparently. There are many economic activities that are zero-sum. If you work in marketing and you want customers to buy your company's product rather than the other company's product, are you really improving the world? If you work in banking and you simply just merge different companies together, you write the contracts, you write the PowerPoint presentations to make this all happen. Is this really creating tons of utility? There seems to be a tendency that the further away you're actually from the value creation process, the more money you can potentially make. We all throw in our capital and whoever wins, wins most. Here's the takeaway from all of this. Be, of course, very cautious with whatever you see in crypto land. Don't trust everything that you see. And not every community has your best interest at heart. I'd argue it's different for the community here on Bitcoin Strategy. I don't have a coin. It's simply just trying to figure out how to generate alpha, how to be better informed than the rest, how to bet on altcoins that underperform Bitcoin, how to make money from the vast majority of crypto projects doing worse. So we are betting on falling prices. Ideally, you want to set up a community that is not community member versus community member. Instead, you want to set up a community that works together, a small closed group against the rest of the world, so to speak. Bitcoin is a savings vehicle. Bitcoin can be held over many, many years. Bitcoin inflates less than fiat. Altcoins very often inflate more than fiat. Sometimes you've got token inflation of 20, 30, even 40% per annum. So make sure you learn about this. Make sure you know what the inflation of your favorite altcoin actually is. Make sure to know about token unlocks. When early backers can sell, or when stakers that locked up their coins for a year can sell. Learn about these things. Make sure you are the one that wins this player versus player game if you participate in it. So feel free to join us. If you've got Telegram, simply search for Bitcoin Strategy Channel within the app. I hang around there regularly. Looking forward to chat with you. Bye bye.